So in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys exactly how to build out voice assistants that handles inbound and outbound calls from any business website 24/7, allowing you to intake calls that allows you to capture lead data automatically to your CRM sheet, whether it's a Google Sheet, an Excel, automatically captures it, everything through a voice assistant system. And what I love about this right now, day by day, things are getting better and better. These voice assistants are getting smarter. Specifically, the qualification engine behind these voice assistants are getting smarter and it's getting more faster, more accurate, context aware. So then when it comes to qualifying your potential client, these things are reliable. And so how I built this out is using two platforms, one of them being a voice AI platform known as Retail AI, and another platform which is a low code platform called NAN. But real quick, I want to explain how I see voice assistants helping plumbers and other home services in the future. Definitely in this year 2026, where a lot of things are changing, it seems like, and just a lot of businesses are moving more fast paced. So the plumbing industry seems to be headed to a high demand decade. As of right now, more people in these white collar jobs, they feel more unstable than ever before because of these tech jobs just being left in the dust and just being replaced and things like that. Unemployment in general. People are feeling more unstable in the white collar roles, are moving into skilled trades. Service businesses like plumbing, electrical, and HVAC are seeming to grow faster and scaling faster than ever before. But at the same time, new projects, and I spell projects wrong, are going to be handed to plumbing businesses. New housing, commercial rebuilds, and modern infrastructure upgrades are increasing call volume for these plumbing businesses. But here's what's happening right now at this moment. For most plumbers, businesses don't even realize they're still running outdated communication and intake systems. This leads plumbers to have missed calls, which means missed revenues and missed opportunities. And people do pay attention to these things. Like the high-end businesses, they're looking at the people that are moving the fastest, obviously. So if you have more hands, you get things done more faster. But if you have systems that can handle things more faster, then you are already ahead of most companies out there that are still moving manually, right? And so this also leads to no real qualification system in place. Most of these systems that are built, they're not real qualification systems. They just take in orders and just, go on with the day. These AI powered systems will make sure everything is qualified. But when you don't have this leads plumbers to spend more time on low quality calls that aren't urgent, profitable, or even real jobs some of the times. Like some people get calls and fix it in an hour, and it's just like, all right, obviously you're still gonna pay. Like I was in the plumbing industry, just walk in the door, that's $100. We all know this, but but yeah, this is leading people to get out competed by companies that are adapting faster to a new leverage play. And I'm going to be explaining exactly what that is and how to build it. So real quick, I'm going to be explaining exactly how this system is being built. It doesn't take that much time, but it could be a little confusing at first for people that are just new to this whole thing. If you do own a service business and need this implemented into your business, then let me know. There is a link in the description. You can go check it out and I can show you exactly how we can implement this into your business right away. But for people that want to build this out, you're just going to be needing these two tools like I mentioned before, which is one of them being Retail AI, which I'm on right now. This is the first page you're going to see when you enter this platform. And the second platform you're going to be needing is the one and only NAN. This is a low code automation platform that allows you to connect all the tools that you need to build out this whole AI receptionist, which is what we're building out today. Now, I do want to say that you could do anything with this. You could have an invoice agent with this, that checks if things are paid or overdue, things like that. That could be handled as well with these voice agents, which is very useful. You can have CRMs that send out notifications just directly to you, so whenever a new lead comes in. There's so many things you can handle with these voice agents. It's not just AI receptionist that I'm going to be building out today. So I'm just going to be walking you through, guys, exactly how I did this. Pretty simple, pretty fast, not much to be done, and it's just going to get faster as time progresses. It's just going to be easier to implement as time moves on because people are looking at this as a very useful thing and people are building out platforms to help solve these things that are just happening. So right, you're going to go on the top right of this page and click on create an agent, and then you're going to click on voice agent. And so in here, you're going to be selecting single prompt agent and starting from blank. Now you're going to be met with this page right here, and I'm just going to be showing you guys exactly where you're going to be needing. Most of these tools right here, you're not going to be needing at all, but I'm going to explain exactly what you need. So right here in the left is your system prompt section. This is where all the magic really happens. You plug in a system prompt, which I'm going to be showing you how to actually format it. And also, if you need help, there's going to be a link in the description for my community, Tremble community. You can just message me or, check out the other system prompts I have inside the classroom and download this out for you. I also have a template exactly for this plumbing receptionist that we're going to be building out. It's going to be in the description. But yeah, so we're going to be building out the system prompt. It's basically just the instructions for the bot, the front end, so it can take in exactly what needs to be taken in. And then you're going to be focusing really on the function section, which really is like the plug and play for this whole thing. Just making sure everything just moves smoothly. Then in the right section is the test audio at the end, where you're just going to be testing out the agent and making sure it works. And we're going to be doing this by connecting this whole thing to a Google Calendar. So you can do cal.com, which is another calendar a lot of people use. But for this example, I'm just going to be doing Google Calendar because that's what I use most of the time. But most of these businesses will just have like a calendar they set up by themselves. So yeah, I'm going to start by setting up the system prompt. I'm going to be walking you guys down exactly how I formed this out. So this is my Notion, and I have a prompt here that I was using earlier for an HVAC company, and we're just going to be using this prompt as an example. But as you can see, I have sections for this. So it first works in, this is how I go by it, but not everyone's going to go by this exact section, but I highly recommend it because it seems to work. Like before I was doing all types of things, it just wasn't working. This is the best thing that worked for me. So yeah, this is just iteration after iteration with these LLMs and making sure the prompt just works smoothly. Spent a lot of time just trying to make sure it works. But now the biggest thing I would focus on is the examples. And here you can see right here how to spell out emails. This is a great, like, conversational flows are going to be a big thing. And so when it comes to just pronunciation, you want to make sure they get the right email, right? So but yeah, you're going to be making something called book slot, and this function is going to have the name, the email, the start time, the end time, and notes for the business. So right, I'm just going to copy this all. And again, this is a HVAC example. So what I'm going to actually be doing is going to ChatGPT. And again, I have this exact thing inside of my community right here. This is the HVAC video I made for this example. Everything, this whole system prompt is inside here for you guys to take, or you can just download. What I'm going to be doing right now is the demo of this whole thing. So now I can just copy that, go into Retail AI, and then just import the demo that I created for this. But yeah, now we're just going to go to the function section, and you can see with the import that we had, it just automatically imports all the functions we need. So if you downloaded that JSON file, then you'll be able to have all this in here. But if you don't, then this is where you're going to be adding. So this is the first thing you want to do. First one, NAN. And if you haven't used NAN before, I will be breaking down a tutorial later on this year on exactly how to use these automation tools. NAN is a perfect website to start this on, but you can also use make.com for these things. I'm just not too entirely sure on how to use it. You can watch another person on how that works. But on this one, I'm using NAN. So you're working with two workflows. One of them being get slots, which is getting all the information, and then book slots, which is booking all of the information. For get slots, we'll start here, which is the first one. The description, everything is AI powered here. So the name, the description, AI reads it, right? So you want to make sure it's exactly how it's spelled, get slots. And then you want to use the description, use this function to check for available slots on the calendar. AI will read that and it'll be like, okay, this is what get slots is for. And then you'll see the post right here. It says this post, this link right here, you're going to find it in the NNN webhook right here. So you can see get slots right here. You'll see the same webhook link is what we need. Whenever you mention get slots inside your system prompt, it'll pull from there. It'll pull it exactly from there. Now, when you scroll down, you'll see the parameters. The parameters is very needed. The end time, the start time, and the customer number is going to be what the person fills out in the system prompt, right? This will be connected into this node right here. So when you go to input arguments, the time zone, the end time, the start time, and the customer number is all in here. Time zone is very important. So make sure you are, connected to where you are at the moment. So yeah, essentially all of this is plugged into this function right here. Same here. So everything, again, you can import this and make sure you don't need to change anything here. Update that and that'll be set. Now breaking down this whole thing, it'll just get exactly what the function asks for. It'll check for availability based on your Google Calendar. And then based on the question, based on like how everything flows, it's gonna ask if it's true. So yeah, we're done with the get slot section. Pretty simple. Everything is AI powered in there. So everything is just set up in there. You can just download that whole thing. The next session will be the book slot session, which is essentially the same exact thing. It's getting the slot, except we're now just booking it. The input arguments are going to be the name, the time zone, the email, the notes, the start time, end time, and the title for the Google Calendar. So when you book a appointment, the Google Calendar is going to have to answer, right? Also, you want to make sure this is active. Mine's active right now. Got to make sure that's active in order to make this work. But you can see the book slot section right here. It's connected, called book slots. Just make sure this is correct. This is what messed me up last time. I didn't even notice that these weren't connected together, and that's why I messed up sometimes. You want to always make sure these are correct, and you want to go down and update it so you don't mess it up. But as you can see, parameter section, everything I just listed inside that edit and workflow is here, and the description again is here as well. And you want to make sure to set up a strings and required as well. And after that, you're basically done with this whole section. Like this whole thing is done. As long as you got the system prompt working, you got this active, you got your Google Calendar set up, you're pretty much good to go. That's the best part about this. It's not that difficult to build out. And so if you're doing an HVAC, if you're doing electrical, if you're doing anything else, it's easy to just copy and just do it for anything else you need. So right now we're just gonna test out this bot, and if it doesn't work, then we'll just fix out whatever needs to be fixed.
Hi, this is Sarah with Ray Great Flow Plumbing. How can I help you today?
Hey Sarah, I wanted to see if I could schedule a appointment for a issue.
Of course. I'd be happy to help you schedule an appointment. Can you tell me a little more about the plumbing issue you're experiencing? That way I can make sure we get you the right type of service in the best available time.
Yeah, I just have a faucet that's not working.
Thank you for letting me know. A non-working faucet is definitely something we can help with, and it sounds like a routine service. So let's get you scheduled. I'll just need to collect a few details to get started. 1, can I have your full name, please? 2, what's the best phone number to reach you at? 3, can you spell your email for me, please? 4, what's the complete address where the service is needed? 5, is there a particular date and time you'd prefer for the appointment? 6, is the faucet in the... Here's what I
Okay,
need,
hold
one
on,
at a time.
hold on, hold on. All right, so we're just gonna end it real quick. I didn't like the fact that it just listed all those out and it's not giving me time to actually just, speak. Obviously, you don't want that to happen. So, right, that's already a problem that you want to fix. So what I usually do is that's based off the system problem. All I would do is Control A on this, and then I'll go back to ChatGPT and tell it exactly what the issue is. Again, you're just gonna have to be iterating a bunch of times. You're not always gonna get exactly what you want because these system prompts are not 100% accurate.
Hi, this is Sarah with Ray Great Flow Plumbing. How can I help you today?
I have a problem with something right now.
I'm sorry to hear that. Can you tell me a bit more about what's going on with your plumbing right now?
It's just my faucet. It's not working.
Thank you for letting me know. Is there any water coming out at all, or has it completely stopped?
The water is not clean.
Thank you for clarifying. Just to make sure I understand, are you saying the water from your faucet isn't coming out clean, or is there another issue with the faucet?
Uh, the water is not coming out clean.
Thank you for explaining. Is this affecting just one faucet, or are you noticing dirty water in other areas of your home as well?
Yeah, there's dirty water all over the place.
I understand having dirty water throughout your home can be really stressful. Let's get this handled for you. Can I start by getting your full name, please?
Yeah, my full name, my name is Ray. My full name is Ray Nadal.
Thank you, Ray Nadal. What's the best phone number to reach you at?
978-222-4444.
So that's 978-222-4444, correct?
Yep.
Great, thank you. Can you spell your email for me, please?
It's Raymond, RAYMOND at, oh wait, no, sorry. It's Raymond, NDAULA at gmail.com.
Thank you. Just to confirm, that's RAYMOND and DAULA at gmail.com. Did I get that right?
Yes.
Perfect, thank you. What's the service address where you're experiencing the dirty water issue?
Right now I'm at 123 Apple Road.
Thank you. Just to confirm, is the full address 123 Apple Road?
Yes.
Thanks for confirming. Will someone be home to meet the plumber, or are there any special access instructions we should know about?
It's in an apartment, so make sure you go on apartment 4 and there'll be someone there.
Got it. Apartment 4 at 123 Apple Road, and someone will be there. What day or time would you prefer for the plumber to come out?
Can you guys come out today at 4 p.m.?
We do have a 4 p.m. slot available today. Would you like to go ahead and book that time?
Yes.
You're all set, Ray. We've booked your appointment for today at 4 p.m. at 123 Apple Road, Apartment 4. A plumber will be there, and you'll get a text reminder shortly. If anything changes or you need immediate help, just give us a call. We'll take care of this for you.
Sounds good.
Thank you for calling Ray Great Flow Plumbing, Ray. We look forward to helping you this afternoon. Have a great day.
Perfect. And so one thing I will say is I would still iterate it to make sure it asks me like specific questions like why is the plumbing water dirty? Is everyone else having plumbing? Is everyone else experiencing water issues in your neighborhood? Things like that, because that does happen. And, just making sure it's like very specific, and that's qualification. So then all that data gets sent to you, the business owner, or, person running it, and they just pick out exactly what needs to be done. They'll tell the team. It's just communication is just way more smoother, and you don't need to go over these bumps. So let's check to see if the event was added to our calendar. And it was. So you can see right there, it spelled my name wrong. That's another thing I will say. It didn't ask me how to spell my name. So that's one thing we'll have to iterate with the bot. But again, not everything is going to be perfect at first. But as you can see, it got my name, HVAC appointment. Oh, it says HVAC appointment. It shouldn't say HVAC appointment. It should say plumbing appointment. And the reason why it says HVAC appointment, I'll show you right now. One thing I forgot to fix over here is inside book slot. We can go to title. That's the section we were talking about earlier. And then you can see in the description, it says it should always be the caller name, which ours is my name, and then HVAC appointment. So this should have been changed to plumbing appointment. And so next time you run through the bot, it will just be fixed, right? That's an easy fix right there. But yeah, that will be done. It set it up at 4 p.m. to 4:30, which doesn't have to be 4:30, but it just sets it up for you. And then you can see the email was also put into place exactly into the Google Calendar, which is very helpful. And that is all done by this node right here, the Google Calendar events node. So it did get my email wrong though. That has a 1 in it and it shouldn't have a 1. I don't know how it did that, but small things like that. And then you can even see right here, it even added the notes. So dirty water throughout the home, service number, apartment 4, the number, someone will be home, urgency, urgent, right? Everything like that. Again, you can do this for invoice. You can do this for booking appointments. You can do this for CRM management, just setting things up in the Google Sheets, Excel. So many possibilities you can do with a voice agent. I'm going to be just posting so many videos on it. Again, if you're a business owner and want this implemented in your business, let me know in the comments below, or just visit the description and we could work together on this and just building this out for you. Pretty simple. Feel free to check out Terminal Automations. I do plan on going crazy with that community this year. I'm very excited for where things are about to be headed with that community. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace. Oh, yo, subscribe if you're new. Subscribe if you want. If you want, you know what I mean? If you don't mind. If you don't mind. And like the video if you don't mind. All right. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.